I've already done almost everything from the new update, but I still need to get the dragon items and the items from the volcano island. And in this video, I'm going to get and also show you how to collect all these items. To craft the 2 main items, we need to come here to the dojo and talk to this NPC. To make the dragon sword, I will need 15 flames, 6 dragon bones, the dragon egg, which unfortunately I don't have. In order to craft weapons, we will need 15 flames, 5 dragon scales, 10 dragon bones, 2 dragon eggs, which unfortunately I don't have enough of either. And to find the island and get the dragon's bones and egg, we need to craft this item that will spawn the island for us. I've already got it and crafted it here in my inventory. We just need to head to the sea and find that island. Me and 3 friends are looking for the new volcano island, and only one of us doesn't have the material to spawn the island. But I believe that with 3 people having the same material, chance of the island appearing is much higher. I found our first island, and this one took a long time to appear. But it finally appeared, and now we can begin our journey. It's been a while since we started. The volcano is calm, and Ukraine has not lost any lives so far. Since there are 2 of us here defeating NPCs and 2 at the volcano, I think it's very unlikely that we'll end up losing. There's only 5 seconds left until our event ends. We can start collecting the bones. I'm just going to keep walking back and forth here to grab as much as I can, but it seems like I'm not able to grab anything. I managed to grab a few. It wasn't as much as I expected, but it helped a bit. And the main thing we need is to get the dragon egg, and unfortunately we already managed to get it. Now we have a dragon egg and 22 dragon bones. Besides the dragon sword and the dragon weapon, there are 2 more items here on this island for us to craft as well. The only problem is that I'm going to need dragon bones, dragon scales. On the other one, I'm going to need a vampire tooth if I'm not mistaken, and dragon bones, which unfortunately I don't have enough of. So I'm still going to need to make this island a few more times. After doing all this, we're going to be able to craft our first item, which will be the dragon sword, but unfortunately we're still missing 14 flames to craft it. Now that I've gathered all the flames, I can craft our first dragon item, which will be the sword. This sword here, it's really beautiful. I don't know if it's a mythical, legendary sword, but I'm going to check that out now. And it's just a legendary sword, but it's a really beautiful and quite different sword. Different, in quotes, because it looks like the Abizento and other swords of that style. But the design is totally different. And to unlock all these abilities, I need to get it to 350 mastery. But the design of it is totally different. And to unlock all these abilities, I need to get it to 350 mastery. In no time, the island has already appeared. I'm going to start the island mission here, so we can finish as quickly as possible. Because this won't be the last island we're going to do. But this time it's going to be even easier. Because there are 3 people at the NPC, 2 at the volcano. It was successfully completed, and now we just need to grab all the bones. The only problem is that the screen keeps shaking and I can't tell exactly where each bone is. But I think in the end, I managed to get a good amount. We got 6 bones. I think I could have gotten a little more, but this is good enough. And this here is the egg that we're going to need to grab to get the next item. But unfortunately, just 1 egg won't be enough, and we're going to need to do the island one more time. We found the island once again, and I want to see if I can craft another new item. To make the weapon, I need 10 bones, so I still have 12 left. To make this item, I can use 8 bones. Now for this second item, I will need 25 bones, so I can only craft the first item. I don't know what it's for, but I'm going to end up crafting it. I hope this will be useful for something in the future. I thought it would be an item we would end up using, but no. It's an item that goes on our head. Very cool, but now let's start our ride. We managed to complete another island, and the only thing I need to do now is grab all the bones I can. Everyone is going to be walking back and forth here. I have to try to grab as much as I can. It's a little harder this time. The screen will keep shaking a lot. I've already grabbed a lot. I'm going to get the rest. We managed to grab 9, which is a lot, and we're going to be able to get our second dragon egg. After doing all that, we can finally craft our weapon. Unfortunately, I still can't craft it because I don't have enough flames. So I'm going to spend some time doing the first mission till I gather enough flames for us to buy the weapon. Now I've managed to gather all the items and we can finally craft weapon. It takes a lot of work to make it, but I think in the end it will be worth it. Before mastering our sword and our weapon, I need to level them up. The only problem is that I don't know where the blacksmith is so we can level up. Since he ended up moving, I don't know where he is currently. I just found it, and I probably won't have the necessary item for us to level up. To level up the weapon, I'm still going to need dragon scales. And to level up the sword, it's going to be a little easier. I'm going to need 9 more flames and 15 scrap. I gathered all the items I needed, and now we can improve our sword. Its damage will increase by 7%. I don't have any points in sword, so we won't really be able to test its true power. But even so, we've already managed to improve it a lot. Now the next item we're going to improve is our weapon. That I also have all the necessary items for us to improve. And I didn't even see by how many percent the damage of our weapon increased. Now the only thing I need to do is master and unlock all the skills of the sword and also the weapon. And for that, I'm going to end up resetting my points by talking to this NPC. Starting with him, we reset everything, and I'm going to start with the sword, unlocking all its skills. So I'm going to put the maximum points, and then I'm going to distribute between defense and melee. To unlock all the skills as quickly as possible, I'm going to defeat Big Mom, since she gives a lot of mastery as soon as we manage to defeat her. I managed to defeat Boyce, and I'm going to gain a lot of mastery, but I don't know if it will be enough enough for us to unlock first skill. And actually, it was more than enough. We still got 4 mastery points, so we're going to be able to test the first skill. We start to catch fire and attack the enemy and unleash a dragon. Dude, that attack is gigantic. I thought this attack would be a bit weaker and without animation. Just to get a better look at him, I'm going to a place that has more space. Here we'll be able to test a bit better, even though there's not that much space. We already hold the attack, hit him with a dragon. The dragon keeps going even after we hit the enemy. The best part of this attack is that it covers a huge area. I think it's one of the first swords that has an area this big. I don't know if this is going to be good for PvP, but for defeating NPCs and taking down some enemies, it's going to be really good. If the first skill is already this strong, just imagine how the second one is going to be. I unlocked the second skill and last skill of our sword. That when we use it, we create a fireball, which can get even bigger. We throw it at the enemy. When you throw it, Tim, it creates an explosion. I'll be honest, at the beginning of the animation, I was expecting something a little better, because as soon as we click on the skill, we create this really beautiful fireball. But when we throw it at the enemy, it just causes an explosion. Then everything disappears. But it still is a very beautiful skill. But I thought the first skill was even better. Not just the sound effect, but also the range that this attack ends up covering. But both attacks are really good. Now that we've unlocked all the skills of our sword, we can reset our points to fully master. Weapon. I've already reset our points, put in 2000. I'm going to put the maximum points into the weapon and distribute them between strength and defense. Just using the weapon, we're already going to be able to defeat Big Mom. And besides defeating her, we're also going to be able to unlock the first skill, because by using the sword, we unlocked 150 mastery. And to unlock the first skill of our weapon, I'm going to need 125 mastery. So we've already managed to unlock the skill. I just need to wait for this bunch of mastery to get off the screen. And now we can test our weapon. First skill. It looks like we're going to create a cannon, but actually no, we created a mega explosion. Dude, this attack here is really beautiful and dealt 4,500 damage. We created a mega explosion. Dude, this attack here is really beautiful and dealt 4,500 damage. The best part of this weapon is the click. Look at this. Look at the speed we're shooting, man. The first time I ended up using this, I was really surprised. Besides being really fast, it deals a lot of damage, and it doesn't take long to recharge. There's a delay that I think is normal, but we managed to defeat an NPC dealing 5,000 damage. This first skill here, when we use it, from what I understand, we release an explosion upwards that makes a mega explosion. But I'm not sure if that's really it. Look how insane this weapon can be. I'm going to stick to the enemy and deal as much damage as possible, that we can defeat him. It's just one charge. Imagine if I managed to lock down a player and then use this combo here and activate the skill. It's likely that he won't even be able to escape my attack. This is going to be the last Big Mom I need to defeat to unlock the final skill of our weapon. And it was way easier to master compared to the sword, because the maximum mastery we need is 250. And when we use it on the enemy, we charge up a power. This attack was so big that I didn't even understand how it works. Let me go to a more open area. I just understood the first skill now. We launch several bombs upwards, which then attack the enemy. Seeing it from a distance makes it a bit easier to understand, but the second skill I really didn't understand. We charge up a fireball, which we then throw at the enemy. That went really far. Let me see roughly how far this thing can reach. Look, this! Look at the distance I'm hitting the enemy from, just with a click. This is probably going to be the strongest weapon in terms of clicks. With the skills, I'm not so sure anymore. I leaned against the wall and now I'm going to try to hit that enemy. I'm going to charge up as much as I can, and when I release the skill, we'll be able to hit him the same way. And the best part is that this attack deals damage over time. It won't deal the full damage all at once. I really like both dragon items. We're still missing the island items.